Good evening. You're watching AWANI Tonight with me, Saraya Mia. The decision to select U-Mobile to implement Malaysia's second 5G network is final and not up for review. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil also reiterates that U-Mobile was chosen by the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission MCMC through an independent and transparent process without interference from the administration. Fahmi added that the MCMC has the authority to set conditions that ensure a balanced ecosystem as the 5G network develops, drawing on past experiences with other telecommunications providers. He also said that it is early to reveal the specific conditions that will be imposed on U-Mobile to lead the second network, but they will likely mirror measures imposed on the first 5G network. He also emphasized that this arrangement is neither a contract nor a license, and no public funds are involved. The founders of Fashion Valet Vivi Yusof and her husband, Fadzaruddin Shah Anwar, continue giving their statements to the MACC today. They were seen leaving after 5 hours of questioning. This is the couple's fourth consecutive day of recordings, part of the ongoing investigation into the 43.9 million ringgit investment losses linked to Khazanah Nasional Berhad and Permodalan Nasional Berhad PNB.
The MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki revealed that several suspicious transactions had been made to a company linked to the founders of Fashion Valet from 2018 until last year. They were discovered after about 60 boxes of financial documents were confiscated from Fashion Valet, Khazanah and PNB. Azam clarified that the couple had not been detained for now and were giving full cooperation to MACC. MACC reportedly frozen several of the couple's personal bank accounts and company accounts worth about 1.1 million ringgit. Azam said MACC was also investigating the ownership of luxury items shown by the couple on social media. 11 handbags and a luxury watch with an estimated value of about 200,000 ringgit had been seized so far.
Meanwhile, the High Court has ordered former Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin to pay 1.35 million ringgit in damages for defaming DAP chairman Lim Guan Eng over statements he made about the Al-Bukhari Foundation's tax exemption. The judge rules that Muhyiddin had the resources to verify the accuracy of his statements, but failed to do so.
The court also found Muhyiddin had deliberately infused his statements with religious and racial overtones by repeatedly highlighting Yayasan Al-Bukhari's role in Islamic charitable work. On March 27, 2023, Guan Eng filed a lawsuit against Muhyiddin, alleging that he made 3 defamatory statements on Facebook concerning the revocation of the foundation's tax exemption during Guan Eng's tenure as finance minister. The court ordered Muhyiddin to pay 1.05 million ringgit in general damages, 150,000 ringgit in aggravated damages, another 150,000 ringgit in exemplary damages, as well as 50,000 ringgit in legal costs. Muhyiddin said he will appeal the decision and will remove the social media posts in compliance with the ruling.
In other news, a cadet officer from the National Defence University UPNM pleaded not guilty in the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today to assaulting a junior with a hot iron. 22-year-old Amirul Iskandar Nur Hanizan was accused of assaulting 20-year-old Salman Saiful Surash by placing a hot iron on his chest at the UPNM hostel at Sungai Besi on October 22nd.
Amirul faces a maximum jail term of 10 years or a fine and could also be whipped if convicted. Bail was posted at 20,000 ringgit in 2 sureties, with case mention fixed on December 27th. Earlier this month, the police launched an investigation into the alleged abuse and bullying after a police report was lodged by the victim on November 1st. A video of the incident also went viral, showing a student pressing a hot iron against another student's chest.
The government has a backup plan if the situation in southern Lebanon escalates, potentially prompting the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, to withdraw due to Israel's aggressive actions. Defense Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin says that for now, Malaysia's commitment remains strong alongside other nations that have deployed military personnel to Lebanon.
Khalid said his ministry is in constant communication with UNIFIL to monitor the situation, while also discussing with other countries involved in peacekeeping mission. On Thursday, 6 Malbatt members were injured during an explosion near Saraya Stadium in Lebanon. Khalid said the incident was caused when a car exploded, though it remains unclear if it was caused by a drone or an Israeli fighter jet. The first deployment of the Malbatt 850-12 team, consisting of 220 officers and members of other ranks, began on Wednesday and will continue in stages until November 18th as part of their UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon.
We'll go for a quick break. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. On to international news. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump names his campaign manager, Susan Wiles, as his White House Chief of Staff, marking the first of many staffing announcements to come. The 67-year-old would be the first woman to be appointed for the role in U.S. history.
Trump described Wiles as tough, smart, innovative, and universally respected and admired, noting she works mainly behind the scenes. A veteran of Florida politics, Wiles rose from Trump's 2016 Florida campaign director to senior advisor and campaign manager in his 2024 bid. She also worked on Ronald Reagan's 1980 campaign and helped Ron DeSantis win Florida's governorship in 2018. As Chief of Staff, Wiles will be Trump's top aide, managing White House staff, scheduling and advising on policies. The Trump transition team is currently selecting key members of the incoming Republican administration, including heads of the 15 executive departments.
Meanwhile, Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz is resisting calls for a vote of confidence to formally end his government following the collapse of his coalition. Scholz insists he will continue to lead with a minority government, but main opposition leader Friedrich Merz accuses Scholz of being irresponsible by delaying early elections.
Scholz fired Finance Minister Christian Lindner on Wednesday, pushing his three-way coalition to the brink of collapse. The Chancellor accused Lindner of breaching his trust and calling for a drastically different economic policy, including tax cuts for top earners and pension cuts for retirees. Following the move, Lindner's Free Democratic Party announced it was leaving the coalition, while the Green Party said it would remain. Scholz has suggested holding a confidence vote in January, potentially setting the stage for snap elections in March. However, Merz is demanding for elections to be held in January. Without a parliamentary majority, Scholz would likely lose a confidence vote. If that happens, Germany's president could dissolve parliament within 21 days, allowing early elections as soon as January.
A painting by a humanoid robot artist called Ada has made history by selling for $1.32 million at Sotheby's. The first time a humanoid robot has had its work sold by a major auction house. The work, called AI God, is a 7-foot-tall impressionistic portrait depicting the father of modern computing, Alan Turing. It had been anticipated to fetch between $120,000 and $180,000.
My artwork is a portrait of Alan Turing, the brilliant British mathematician who laid the foundation for modern computing and artificial intelligence. The portrait has a fractured and layered quality, reflecting our current fragmented and multifaceted worlds.
Ada robot, named after Ada Lovelace, the first computer programmer, is the brainchild of Aidan Mellor, who says he intended to spark a conversation about how we interact with technology and artificial intelligence. The process involved Ada painting several small portraits of Turing, which were then combined and scaled up onto a large canvas. Studio assistants then add a finish to the artwork by adding paint and texture. And finally, Ada robot paints on top of the canvas, adding new marks and texture.
Geopolitical conflicts around the world, coupled with the climate crisis, have created significant challenges for Malaysia's agro-food sector, particularly in achieving self-sustainability and resilience. World Bank agricultural economist Anuja Kar highlights the need for innovative strategies and investment to enhance productivity and ensure food security in the face of these mounting pressures.
When we are assessing the agriculture and food system in terms of its labor productivity or total factor productivity, then we are seeing actually that Malaysia needs to really catch up with its neighbors. For example, Vietnam or Thailand, purely when we were looking into the total factor productivity index before pandemic, actually, where Malaysia stood and where Vietnam stood, the gap were not that much. But then we saw kind of, a bit of divergence gap in last 4 years. The global dynamics has changed over the past 4 years. Climate change has become now a bigger threat. So all this is really contributing to the challenges that the sector is facing as a whole in terms of, really improving the efficiency of the production system.
Despite ongoing government efforts to modernize agriculture, Malaysia still faces a digital divide.
We know that, agriculture is heart of the rural economy for any country, right? And we see that there is still a lot of divide between the rural Malaysia and the urban Malaysia. And this is also to do with access to, digital solutions because of numerous challenges, connectivity, access to tools, access to internet, infrastructure. So all these things, are contributing to this divide. But digital agriculture technologies, we call it DAT, it can actually address these equity issues.
Adopting digital agriculture technologies would allow Malaysia to transform its agro-food system and secure long-term economic growth. However, she emphasized that this transformation must be backed by targeted policies as outlined by the World Bank's Malaysia Economic Monitor.
With the application of digital agriculture technology, one can really manage or make the production system more efficient, and then it essentially contributing to reducing this environmental footprint. It is also contributing again to the efficiency factor. There has to be the investments that is going on in the sector. We have discussed at length in the report. It has to be very well targeted. It has to improve digital literacy, extension system. Like farmers need to know also, that the farmers are aging, so they really need to know how to adopt some of these digital solutions. So there has to be a lot of emphasis on, improving the extension system.
That wraps up AWANI Tonight. Do check out our revamped English web portal, delivering in-depth global news and analysis to keep you informed on the critical events shaping our world, all at one place at international.astroawani.com. That's all for now. I'm Saraya Mia. Thanks for watching and good night.